Have you heard about the recent cyber attacks on U.S. water facilities? It's a chilling tale of digital warfare, a stark reminder of our times. The federal government is currently investigating these incidents, a series of audacious cyber assaults that have targeted our most essential resource: water. These attacks aren't random, they're calculated, suspected to have been launched by an Iranian government-linked cyber group. The targets? Not your everyday personal computers or mobile devices, but water facilities across the U.S. There's a catch though, these facilities were specifically using Israeli-made technology, making the whole scenario a twisted web of international intrigue. Now you might be wondering, why water facilities? Well, these infrastructures are the lifeblood of our communities, supplying water to homes, businesses, and agricultural lands. Disrupting them could wreak havoc on a scale we've never seen before. But it's not just about chaos. These attacks are as much about sending a message, a fear-inspiring demonstration of power and reach. One such breach that made headlines involved a group known as the CyberAttacks hacking into a water authority in Pennsylvania. Their mission? To infiltrate a digital control panel made by an Israeli-owned company, Unitronics, and they did just that. They didn't just breach the system, but they took it over, commandeering the control panel's digital display screen. But here's the kicker. These attacks didn't cause significant disruption. Instead, they were designed to stoke fears about using Israeli devices. It's a game of shadows and fear, a new kind of warfare where the battlefield is not a swath of land, but a network of computers. And this is just the beginning. The CyberAttacks and groups like them are evolving, becoming more sophisticated. The battleground is shifting and the stakes are higher than ever. But remember, knowledge is power. Staying informed is our first line of defense. So stay with us as we dive deeper into this digital abyss. What were the consequences of these cyber attacks, you might wonder? While no significant disruption was directly caused by the hacks, the effects run deeper than immediate physical damage. The attacks were strategically designed to incite fear, specifically about the use of Israeli-made technology in our water facilities. The hackers, known as the CyberAttacks, targeted these facilities not with the intent to cause chaos or destruction, but to exploit the vulnerability of these systems. Their aim was to stir up apprehension and insecurity. The psychological impact of these attacks can be just as damaging as a physical assault, creating an atmosphere of fear and distrust that can ripple throughout the community. The U.S. water facilities, unfortunately, are particularly susceptible to these kinds of attacks. They are vulnerable due to a lack of funding and personnel, making them an easy target for cybercriminals. This vulnerability is not just a result of insufficient resources, but also a reflection of the broader issue of underinvestment in our nation's critical infrastructure. The Biden administration, recognizing the gravity of this situation, has been taking steps to address this issue. They are working on expanding partnerships with private organizations in the water sector in an effort to bolster the defense of these facilities. This is a crucial step in not only preventing future attacks, but also in restoring public confidence in our water systems. However, the road to securing our water facilities is long and fraught with challenges. It requires significant investment, not only in terms of funding, but also in terms of time and manpower. It demands a concerted effort from all stakeholders, from the government to the private sector, to the public at large. So, what happened in the Pennsylvania hack? The CyberAttacks breached a digital control panel made by an Israeli-owned company, Unitronics, and disabled it. This attack served as a stark reminder of the real-world consequences of cyber threats and the urgent need to address them. Opening: who is looking into these attacks? As we delve into the labyrinth of these cyber attacks, it's crucial to understand the key players involved in the investigations. The incident has been turned over to several federal authorities, each bringing their unique expertise to the table. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, a household name synonymous with high-profile investigations, is one of the leading entities probing the matter. In addition, the Department of Homeland Security, tasked with safeguarding our nation from various threats, is also deeply involved. Their knowledge of national security issues and infrastructure protection is invaluable in this situation. But that's not all. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, is another key player. As the nation's risk advisor, CISA works to defend against threats to our nation's critical infrastructure, making them a vital part of this investigation. Together, these agencies are working tirelessly, unraveling the threads of these cyber attacks, seeking answers, and strategizing on preventive measures. Now let's talk about CIS's advisory. It's an alert that indicates they are responding to active exploitation of Unitronics devices in the water and wastewater sector. This essentially means that they've identified a potential threat and are actively working to mitigate it. They're not just responding to the attacks that have already happened, but are also on high alert for any potential cyber threats that might compromise our water utilities. Closing. Key lawmakers are aware of the incident and are assessing what happened. In the halls of power, key lawmakers have been briefed about the situation. They are assessing what happened, looking at the potential repercussions, and considering legislative measures that could help prevent such incidents in the future. Their involvement underscores the gravity of the situation and the commitment to ensuring the safety of our water utilities. What could be the potential future threats? As we delve deeper into the realm of cyber warfare, it's crucial to understand the implications of these attacks on our critical infrastructure. The Iranian cyber attacks on U.S. water facilities are just the tip of the iceberg. As the conflict between Israel and Hamas continues to escalate, it's highly possible that these attacks could intensify. The Cyber AV3 Engers Group, a known perpetrator behind these assaults, has a history of targeting industrial control systems. Their hacks are not just random acts of vandalism, they are a form of information warfare, a strategic move designed to spread fear and uncertainty. By targeting water facilities, they're hitting us where it hurts, disrupting one of our most vital resources. But the story doesn't end here. The Unitronics PLC, the very system that was hacked in Pennsylvania, is widely used globally. And here's the kicker: many versions of the same system remain vulnerable to exploitation, leaving numerous other facilities at risk. As long as these vulnerabilities exist, the threat looms large. Imagine a world where our water supply is constantly under threat, where every sip of water comes with the fear of contamination. It's a grim picture, but it's a potential reality we must confront. By understanding these threats, we can better prepare and protect our critical infrastructure, ensuring the safety and security of our water supply. The same Unitronics PLC that was hacked in Pennsylvania remains vulnerable to exploitation, indicating a potential threat to other facilities using similar systems.